Hello and welcome to this video. In this video I'd like to show you how I make sauerkraut. I eat it every day for health benefits and I like it, and it's an inexpensive food. So the recipe I use calls for 1 cup of salt per 5 gallons of chopped cabbage. I don't need that much, so I use this half-gallon jar here, and that works well for me. It also is nice because if I mess up a batch, it's only a half gallon, not 5 gallons. So because I'm only using this half-gallon jar, I have scaled down the recipe to use non-iodized salt, and I use about 2 tablespoons of salt for a half-gallon jar. So this, at first I thought this would be a good amount of cabbage, but it ended up being a little bit too much. But as you can see here, I peeled off the outer layers. This cabbage had been in my fridge for a little while, so it got kind of dried out and brown in parts. And then also I cut away any blemishes, as you can see this little blemish here. Then I removed the bottom. A lot of people will completely remove the stem, but I actually like the variety of the texture of the stem, so I leave it in there. First I split the cabbage in half. It's important to be careful and use a good sturdy knife. Then I like to go along the stem part here at the bottom and slice it along its length, I guess you would say. This helps for when I'm chopping later. It makes it just a little more convenient for me. And then, kind of like what people do with onions, I come in along the side and then chop that stem part up a bit from the side here, just like this. Then it also cuts up this lower, kind of thicker part of the heel of the cabbage. And then I come in and, dice that up nice and fine. I like to have my, I'm sure people who make sauerkraut have their own methods, but I like to cut my cabbage as thin as possible to try to speed up the fermentation process. So then I take my cabbage and put it into a large bowl where I can salt it. This bowl is a good size for me because if I fill it up completely to the top, it's just about perfect for what will fill that half-gallon jar that I use. Then I stir the salt in throughout the cabbage to get it nice and mixed. Over time, that salt will draw the water out of the cabbage and make a brine that the cabbage sits in for it to ferment. Now this is, I think it's lacto fermentation, so it needs to stay underwater, and so if the cabbage itself doesn't put enough water, you have to add a brine to it. But that almost never happens. Here we go, it's a lot of chopping. So I've sped that up, and more application of the salt. You can use sea salt, kosher salt, pickling salt, anything other than iodized salt. So I'm just packing it down into the bowl here so that I can fit more in. And so, as I said earlier, those 2 big cabbages were too big. And so I have here a smaller cabbage that I'm going to use. So to keep, like I said, everything has to stay underneath the water. So I take this flexible cutting board here and cut a circle out of it with some holes so air can come up through. And I cut it to the size of the inner diameter of the half-gallon jar. It's the next day, and I've covered the bowl with this plate to keep any insects away. Also, I like to keep the cabbage in this bowl overnight to try to soften it up so I can fit more in my jar. However, in this case, I ended up cutting up a little bit too much cabbage, and not all of it will fit in this jar. So I'll just put it into a smaller jar and do a second fermentation. So I like to take this plastic thing and press the cabbage down in to pack as much in there as possible. So here I'm inserting the plastic circle that I cut out that holds the cabbage underneath the level of the water. And then I simply place the coffee filter over the top and hold it on with a rubber band. And this is a batch that's in the middle of fermenting, and you can see the liquid has come to the top and has changed color a little bit. Well, I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching. Please check out some of my other videos.